I am interested in so sports betting. Obviously, have you been following this NBA story?
Yeah, so vaguely. So yeah,
Well, only which
I-
is about the same amount as
yeah.
me. But I asked Justin how much and he
Okay,
knows about
well,
these
break it
sort of
down for
things.
me.
Well, basically, sports betting. Australia are the biggest sports bettors in the entire world, but the American,
Are we?
yeah,
Oh, I can't imagine why. It's not like it's advertised every single
every
second of every fucking day.
Well, that was why I was mentioned it because it is one of those things that we often say where you joke about the idea of going, "There's no money in podcasting."
Oh
There's
yeah,
only no money in podcasting if
you
you
don't
have
take
morals.
yeah.
Because there are companies all over the place that will offer you heaps of money to like put their ads on the podcast, and they tend to be the mining companies or the the big sports betting agencies, the ones that you see or hear everywhere that those. So everyone knows what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Um, in America, they only ever had illegal gambling, basically illegal sports betting, Vegas, Vegas and illegal. And so they've recently, basically, much like the Australian model or that
Just rolled
UK
it
model,
out.
just rolled it out in America, legalized and all sorts of things all over the place. And turns out it's just been
A disaster.
an absolute disaster because it turns out that like it is just so easy to corrupt
Yeah,
people.
I heard about one player who was like
Mm.
faking injuries and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Because particularly in a game of basketball and stuff like that, and a country as big as that, where you can just hide so much money and move it around and etc. But it's all that spot betting.
What
Like
is
it's
that?
not the
What's
idea of
spot
like
betting?
fixing a game
Oh, it's
necessarily,
like
but it's like
specific
how many points you'll get, or
shaving
how many
and-
fouls
yeah.
you'll get, or how many minutes you'll
Dave
play.
Anthony
or
has
like,
been banging the drum on this for
yeah.
years, though.
Well, he has been saying the NBA has been rigged for as long as I've known him.
Yeah, like I think it was the first thing he said to me.
Hi, I'm Dave
Hi,
Anthony. The NBA is rigged. What time's the show on?
Yeah. No, I remember going because I took him and Greg
Yeah.
to a footy game, and we were talking about sport, and I was asking what sports they follow, and I said, "You follow the NBA?" And Dave went on his rant, and Greg was behind him, just going like,
Nah, yeah. Just like,
don't,
shut this down. I've
yeah.
heard it.
Yeah, but he's fucking onto something.
Yeah.
He's a truth.
But the bit of it that is most fascinating is that some of these players and coaches, like one of them's a NBA Hall of Famer, the coach, and they've been involved in these, like they're making $100 million like anyway, like like as in their careers.
That's their salary
before they.
Yeah, well, because that player I think was on a contract worth 150 million or
It's
something.
incredible the level of corruption and greed that is infused.
But doesn't that
into the
just go
system.
to show how addictive gambling is, or the impulsive nature of gambling? That
It's
like, you
almost
have
like
enough.
why you should keep it out of the sports in the first place.
Yes, 100%.
The majority of the abuse that AFL players get online is gambling
Yes.
related. Like it will eventually then
You fucked my
become
multi.
homophobic or racist or whatever, but they are the additional add-ons that they layer over the top of the fact that you didn't get 26 possessions, so somebody didn't get their multi. I read a statistic the other day about sports gambling is that over a year, if you're a sports gambler over a year, you know how pokies have, do you know what the percentage win for people on pokies is?
Percentage. I'm
Yeah.
going to say 7%.
Yeah, it's lower than that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
doing unders too. Okay, like 3%.
Yeah, 3%. Do you
Wow.
know what it is for sports betting? Because obviously sports betting,
You'd think it
the
was
whole thing
you
is
got more
like
control.
everybody's like, you're right, you
yeah.
can predict the
like
results.
Jeremy
and
Cameron's
whatever.
always going to kick the first goal.
Yeah,
more often
exactly,
than
right?
not.
Because like pokies,
you know the
we
game,
all
you have
know
more
that
control.
the pokies are rigged,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But sports gambling,
Yeah,
if
you have
know
control.
about sports,
Yeah, you're an
and
expert.
you know what? You just get in a multi with your mates. It's a social activity.
Yeah.
And if you just do it for a year and you're sensible about it, Charlie, and you know your sports, do you know what your percentage can be?
1%.
3%.
Oh, okay.
Same as pokies.
Same as
It's almost
pokies.
like they set their profit margins at an exact level and then rig everything else in the system to make sure that they get that. I mean, I guess.
I remember hearing an interview.
Allegedly.
The guy,
Yeah.
the guy. There's a guy who became incredibly wealthy. He's an artist. I can't remember his name.
David Walsh, who runs Mona.
No. American guy. He
He's not an
back
artist. He just owns an artwork.
when Facebook started up. He was offered either $30,000 to do this mural on Facebook's wall or shares in Facebook, and he took Facebook.
No,
And
I'm familiar.
I've
with
heard several interviews with him when he said, and he admitted he has a gambling problem, and he said that was a gamble. Like he was like, okay, and it paid off. But he got so much money. I think he's worth $500 million now from his shares. And he said that he's sort of been full circle where it's like he's tried to almost Brewster's Million style, like
Just get rid of it.
But he said when you get to a certain level of wealth, people start opening doors. Like, so when he'll get flown into Vegas, free, put in the best suite, free, with everything laid out, free. Whatever he wants will be in his hotel room, just so he can lay out. And he said he'll drop 100, 200,000 a night.
Makes it less free when you think of it like that, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but he said the interest he's making on his other investments, like it's not really a loss. That is his.
I'm fine with gamblers
that's his pocket
who have
change.
$500 million in Facebook shares gambling as much as they want to. But
but him saying that like getting. Like that is the addiction. It's the dopamine hit. There's no relief from it. Like you fool yourself. When he had no money, he was like, "Well, if I win big, finally, like my problems will be over. I can pay my rent or whatever."
Yeah.
But then that wasn't an issue anymore, and he still needed that dopamine release, regardless of like it's not really about a financial outcome anymore. It's just like I need to I'm addicted to the risk and the feeling that I have with I could potentially lose this money, even though it's not actually going to make a difference to me.
Okay. Well, firstly, here's the number one thing that I would say to most people. You are going to lose the money. Over the course of a year.
There's 97% chance.
It's a real chance that you are going to lose the money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be a narc about the idea that people shouldn't be able to have like a gamble or whatever. But I just think
have a flutter, have a little
the
pump.
weaponization of the industry and the way that it is ingratiated itself through financial abuse into it being the only way that a lot of things can be sustainable.
Yeah.
So therefore, it is so caught up in the infrastructure that to remove it, things would absolutely collapse. And it is a thing that is as addictive as, like you said, like it's addictive even to people who don't need the money. So if we think about it in that sense, and that it is rigged against you to constantly lose, I just think we have to have a conversation about, and we are the most addicted to gambling country in the entire world.
Wow.
So I don't know. I just kind of feel like, is that not anyway, all I'm saying is we could make a lot of money on this podcast if we took gambling.
I feel like because my self-esteem is so low, that is a natural bulwark against me wanting to gamble, because I always assume I'm going to lose anyway. Like it's actually hardwired into me that I'm like, oh, why would I put money on that? Because I'm going to lose. Like I've never... Even when I have like had a punt at the races or whatever, and I have won, it's never been enough of has never tempted me to do it again, because I'm like, well, that's unusual. That's never going to happen again.
Yeah, I'm fine with the idea that if someone's like, hey, I've got $200 a week and I like to spend it, placing bets on which of these horses will go faster than the other horses. But even in that regard, I'm always reminded of that story, even if it is apocryphal, I don't know if it is true. I've not researched it, but it's like, I can't remember what the movie was, but it was like they were filming Phar Lap or whatever. And, the director was like really worried that they wouldn't be able to recreate the famous scene from like Phar Lap to do blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, how are we going to get because Phar Lap needs to start here and go to here. And he goes, and all the horses need to be in the exact right order and whatever. And the jockeys are like, oh yeah, we do this every week. This is fine. Don't worry about it.
How far do you want to win by? What lengths? I haven't heard that.